After French fighters stole the show with flawless performances at UFC Paris, all eyes are on Ciryl Gane to pull off the upset against Tom Aspinall and make history as the first ever French UFC champion. And that's exactly what Benoît Saint-Denis, one of the big winners in Paris, believes will happen when the action shifts to Abu Dhabi. In a recent appearance, BSD broke down why he thinks Gane will come out on top, explaining that he's been spending time with Ciryl over the past year and has seen firsthand how hungry and motivated he is to finally capture the belt. Benoît also opened up about his own future, eyeing anyone in the top 10 who's ready to step up, making it clear he's eager to stay active and keep stacking wins to climb the ranks, blaming his loss to Dustin Poirier on a strained relationship with his coach at the time. As for Gane's previous title fights, a lot of people believe he came up short mainly due to mental hurdles, and now, according to BSD, he is coming into Abu Dhabi sharper, more focused, and ready to finally make his mark. Realistically, mental struggles aren't Gane's only concern, as his wrestling and grappling were far from impressive in his title fights.
I want a huge fight, of course, and but I do believe I'm going back to fighting as much as possible, and I want to win as much as possible, and I will accept any opportunities the UFC is giving me to fight somebody inside this top 10. To be honest, I think we are gonna finally have our first French UFC champion. I think Ciryl, I've been talking with him, taking more time with him this year than the past years. I think he's ready, and I think he has this fire inside him of wanting to become champion, working out since a long time. He's not talking a lot this past month. I do believe he's an exceptional athlete, even for the heavyweight division. On 5 rounds, I do believe he's gonna beat Tom Aspinall.
Daniel Cormier just broke down Nassourdine Imavov's chances against Khamzat Chimaev after his UFC Paris win over Caio Borralho. What most fans saw as a tactical but slightly underwhelming performance from Imavov now has everyone turning their attention to Reinier de Ridder and Fluffy Hernandez at UFC Vancouver, who are set to steal the spotlight and make a statement to earn a shot at the newly crowned champ. In the latest episode of ESPN's Good Guy Bad Guy, DC said Imavov looks sharp and impressive, no question. But he doesn't feel that performance alone is enough to guarantee a title shot, at least not yet. He agrees that now everything really hinges on what happens between Anthony Hernandez and RDR on October 18th, a clash between two relentless, pressure-heavy fighters that promises pure chaos in the middle of the octagon. With Khamzat holding the belt and the top contenders showing no mercy, the middleweight division is as unpredictable and exciting as it has ever been, and every fight now carries massive implications for the champion and the future of the division. Who do you think poses biggest threat to Chimaev's title? Leave your comments below.
He's getting better at every turn, but I don't know that that was enough for me. Because if Fluffy Hernandez looks like he did last time, or if Reinier de Ridder puts Fluffy out, I'll be like, okay, this is the guy. It's that what you can remember type of mentality. And I share it with most fans, where it's like, what do I remember easier? And normally it's the last thing that I saw, right? One of those guys in Vancouver has an opportunity to truly hammer home the idea that it's their chance, no one else's. And I got to see it happen. But yes, Imavov looked fantastic. Imavov looks like a guy that truly can challenge Khamzat Chimaev in some areas that we didn't see with Dricus du Plessis. But I don't know if it was enough. I don't know that it was enough.
Javier Mendez, the longtime head coach of Team Khabib, the man who's been working with Khabib, Islam, Umar, and the whole crew for over a decade now, recently sat down for an interview with a podcaster, Hikmat Wakeby. And when the topic of Khamzat Chimaev came up, Javier had some pretty unexpected comments. He revealed that Khamzat actually joined his team for a training session at the UFC PI in Las Vegas. And according to Javier, Chimaev's performance in the gym really impressed him. Naturally, the host couldn't help but draw the comparison between Khamzat and Khabib, the UFC Hall of Famer who left behind one of the greatest legacies this sport has ever seen. But Javier shut that down real quick. He said Khamzat is not the next Khabib because in his eyes, Nurmagomedov isn't just about dominance inside the cage. He's the only fighter who consistently speaks out for world peace. Mendes explained that while Khamzat and other fighters might raise their voice for specific causes, like Chimaev has done for Palestine, that's not the same. In Javier's words, Khabib speaks for global peace, not just for one region, and that's what sets him apart from everybody else.
Khamzat, me visually, I've seen him firsthand. I've seen him in the PI, Las Vegas PI. So all these guys were all together, and I watched him train. I was very, very impressed with him, and I've met him 3 or 4 times, and very nice. I really like him, and I've thought that he was going to be the champ, you know, and I still hold to that. I believe he's going to be the champ, and
this is the next Khabib. I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't call. I would say the next
I'm
Khamzat.
sure.
No, they're not. They're different because how many of those guys speak out on the world peace, and how many of them do what Khabib does?
So this is what you see Khabib.
That's what I see.
Okay.
This is the thing about Khabib. It is not what he does inside the cage that's important. It's what he does outside. How many of these fighters that you know of? Think about it. I want you to think about it. Who does what for what? What fighter? Only one. Only one. Only one that speaks out for people, other than Bilal Muhammad, who speaks out for Palestine. But Khabib is not just speaking out for Palestine. He speaks out for all people. You know, he does for everybody.
Brian Ortega has finally broken his silence after the nightmare weight cut he went through ahead of his fight with Aljamain Sterling at UFC Shanghai. Ortega, who missed weight and forced the fight to be moved to a catch weight, revealed just how bad things really got behind the scenes. Brian says he completely lost consciousness, and for almost 30 minutes he was out cold. When he finally woke up, Sterling himself approached him and comforted him. Ortega says Sterling even tried to reassure him, telling him not to worry because the UFC already had a replacement lined up, but Ortega wasn't having it. He told Aljo directly that he didn't want to waste his time, and despite his body breaking down, he was going to fight. But once the cage door closed, it was clear he wasn't at his best. The fight ended in a one-sided domination from Sterling, who put on a statement performance, showcasing his sharp striking on the feet while mixing in complete grappling control. Sterling looked levels ahead that night, and after the fight, he wasted no time aiming higher, calling out the champ Alexander Volkanovski and vowing to jump the line straight into a title shot.
Well, we cut from midnight all the way to 8 in the morning, cutting weight the entire time. I realized I had 1.7 to go still. Confused on how my body wasn't really pouring out the water or why it was just holding it in, but no matter what, we have to get this weight off, so we did. We went downstairs at about 8 something, decided to cut more weight, put the plastics on, sweet sweat, I mean, you name the whole thing. I hit 20 minutes on the bike. Once I got off, I went unconscious. I was unconscious for about 30 minutes. During that time, they were putting ice on me. They took all my clothes off. They left me in boxers. Woke up in the ER. I ripped everything off. I tried to speak. I couldn't really, translate to them because I'm like, if they don't take everything off, I'm gonna take it off myself. So I started taking everything off myself. We knew that we had a time limit to get to the weigh-ins. Otherwise, I could not fight. If you saw the weigh-ins, you obviously know that I looked delirious and just coming off of being 30 minutes unconscious in the tunnel, what they say.
That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.